It does happen. Yeah.
Yeah, Antinomy, this is their second match, 0-1. Jet, this is their third match of the group, so their finale. They need to win to pretty much stay alive. You'd have to assume at this point, although this isn't set in stone and we're off and running.
Basic start of the game where the uncle, oh well, you're dreaming and Zelda talks to you, and then the uncle tells you, "I'm gonna go save Zelda," or something like that.
Don't you dare follow me. But Link,
you know,
does.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
I know. Link just doesn't listen.
No, he does not. Even in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but, you know, that's why Navi keeps telling him to listen.
I know, it's you got it. Really quick mechanic here, that one explanation of the mechanic here that that the runner may be doing is pumping. So if you're moving north or west, you can pump against the wall, or you can do air pumping. Another thing is too that pumping saves a couple of seconds throughout the run. So they do want to try get the most out of it in the beginning stages. So this going through Hyrule Castle and the escape afterwards, and then also through getting to Eastern Palace.
Yeah, the benefits of pumping start to run out once you get done with the Eastern. You're able to pick up the boots.
Nice guard room one for Jet there, and also Sephi.
Yeah, just as we're making our way through the castle here, Jet, his win was against Arthur Blues. His loss was to Waffle 42. Waffle 42 currently with a 1-0 record, but still has to face against Antinomy as well as Arthur Blues. Very interesting group here, though.
Yeah, Arthur Blues just recently got like a 130 or sub 130. So that was neat.
So we grab this boomerang. It's going to help with some key pickups throughout this entire run. I do mean that both figuratively and literally.
Alright, the actual final boss, the ball and chain. They're both using the slash method, so that's good. Slightly faster than the pot method, where runner would grab the pot, throw it at him, and then 4 more flashes after that.
Gonna need to check out for just a second while I'm taking care of something on the back end of this. So, as they make their way through the sewers, what is it these runners are going to be looking for as they make their way through the sewers? Because that's going to be where a lot of this pumping comes into play that you were talking about.
Exactly. Excuse me. They're the also the snake and rat NMG. Oh, RNG. The way they're positioned and how they attack you is what's gonna happen. What will affect your movement. So, and time too. So you just they have to pretty much just react to it. Okay. Let's see here. Now they're pushing that little altar there. Well, not the little, but you know, it's an altar. Making their way through the sewer.
Yep, and there we go. And you know, at this point, this game says, "Hey, if you don't have a lamp, you're not getting out through that mantle." So, try again, because I gave you 3 possible places where you could pick up that thing.
Well, see, that's what I meant about the snake RNG, where if you saw an Antinomy screen, the snakes were just right in his path, so he had to slash his way through them.
And the end result here is Jet is grabbing himself a little bit of a lead at this point, but a lead at 5 minutes and 30 seconds in means absolutely nothing. And time for rat RNG as the rat comes towards Jet.
Yep, that's what I meant. But this last room here, that was really good RNG where there was nothing in his way as he was moving up to the stairs.
We're going to move over here to the right-hand side, because if you move to the right, immediately coming out of the door, Zelda says a little bit less to you than she would otherwise. Because normally she's supposed to tell you about how, you know, you can pull one of these switches and they'll open up that door to the sanctuary, but she's not going to tell you which one until you're there. But if you go right immediately to the right, it does result in the text not appearing.
Mm-hmm. It's a little time save.
So both runners are going to grab the heart of the sanctuary. The next stop is heading on over towards Eastern Palace. They need to get a couple of things out of Eastern Palace. First of all, an item that's going to allow them to beat Eastern Palace, and then the reward after getting past the boss of that dungeon.
Yeah, so I just wanna explain about the run here really quick. So movement is essentially key to getting a really good time. Like getting hit, doing less movement, unnecessary movement is what will get you ahead. And then boss fight is another big thing where you do not want to like pretty much screw up any boss fights, otherwise it costs greatly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially with Armos that's coming up in this boss here, or in this dungeon here. If you try to attempt the quick kill, you can kill the boss without having to have that last Armos become red, where when he turns red, his health regenerates. So, and that wastes like a couple of seconds, and you don't want that. So just as an example.
So in the Staphos room here, grab a pot, toss it to your right, grab another one, toss it down. You don't have 4 Staphos to deal with, and that's a big time save for most of these runners. We didn't really have a chance to step upon it here, but what you saw both of the runners do is they moved faster up the stairs by doing some pumping there.
Mm-hmm.
Because Link likes to walk up steps a whole lot slower than he otherwise would, so pumping allows you to go up them a little faster.
Exactly. Just a little tip too. It only works on those kind of stairs. There are automatic stairs throughout the game, and those stairs you can't pump through. Weird little thing about this game, but it's the way the developers made it, I guess.
Ooh, so Jet's going to have to abandon his play just a little bit. He was able to hit the switch, but down to 1 heart. You don't want to challenge yourself any further at that point, because taking a death here in Eastern is pretty much rip run if you're doing this in a PB attempt.
Oh, for sure. But he picked up the backup part in one of those pots, so that's fine. Should make it out okay.
Yeah, because once he gets into this room here, it's just going to be trying to kill the Igor. He's going to move these things out of the way. What are they called? I forget what they're called.
Tandulas?
Oh, it's... yeah. They're annoying. Especially when they come towards Link.
Oh, agreed.
Like, for instance, right there, Antinomy ended up having to take an extra 1.5 damage there because of the one that got in the way at that pot.
Ooh, very nice to the red Igor right there. Alright, now here's Armos.
Yeah, everyone's got the same strat for this. You want to try to get one of the Armoses down to 1 hit, get him over the corner, and he'll be the last one you end up killing.
Very smooth.
Extremely smooth here for Jet. He is done, and so therefore the green pendant in hand. Antinomy setting up here for the Armos as well.
He missed one more arrow to the last one, so he might have to... Oh, he got it!
No, he got it, yeah.
Oh. He pulled through.
Yeah, because what ends up happening is if the Armos Knight turns red, he regains all HP. It doesn't matter how many of the hits you've already had on him. It's now wiped out. So after Sarangela gives us the backstory about this game and why Link is searching for the 3 pendants, he's going to give you the boots, and we are starting to go deal with something called spin speed. And there's Jet pulling off the spin speed to perfection right there. So spin speed, you allow yourself to, if you swing, charge up your sword, and for 1 frame after you let go of that, you hit the A button. The game will put you into a spin speed stat. We did see Antinomy end up grabbing the backup rupees in the back of Sarangela's hut there in the tune of the 100. So it does not look like Antinomy is going to be setting himself up for the tree pulls, but Jet will. As we make our way over to the library, pick up the book that is going to be required to get into Desert Palace. And Jet did not look like he was setting up the spin speed coming out of the library, and as he makes his way out of the southern part of the village, it's time to head on over to Desert Palace. Barely gets himself away from that guard before he gets attacked. Some of these runners know where exactly they need to set themselves up. Looks like Antinomy is trying to set up the spin speeds too. He does get it and runs into the library to pick up his book. So the path that Jet takes on over towards Desert, it's a planned out route to try to save yourself as many frames as possible, because Link walks slower and he's walking through the tall grass for understandable when you think about it reasons.
So now Desert Palace, where Jet is coming up on. Fairly quick dungeon. But had the most annoying boss, I feel, or the worst boss. There's most annoying and the worst boss. In my opinion, this is the worst boss.
I think this is the worst early game boss. There's a couple of them I'd like to place on that list as we get later on in this run, but by far, this is one of the most annoying bosses in the early game, because you do not have the power to beat him the fast way, and you won't ever have the power to beat him the fast way at this stage in the game. When you meet up with him in Ganon's tower later on, you will, but
It's not that bad, yeah. But right now, especially when you're about 16, 17 minutes in, and trying to get a good time, he just Lamola is the boss name, by the way. Yeah, he just sucks. Let's just put it that way.
I don't think there's a way we can put it nicely.
I know. So as you can see here, oh, high five. Jet is making his way to pick up the power glove, and then he do want to pick up as many arrows as he can along the way, because just to prepare himself for Lamola.
Yeah, because Lamola can take a long time when you try to kill him with a fighter sword. Arrows is one of his weaknesses. Arrows are annoying to fire at him, but you know, if you have the ability to hit him a lot faster with arrows than you could with your sword, well, you might as well do it that way. So you're going to see Jet end up grabbing this key. He's going to stay near this door, then turn up and dash and run into the key door there. He doesn't bonk because the way this game has it set up in regards to where you can dash without bonking into it, it's every 4 tiles, I believe it is. And there he does it once again, and in this case it is because the torch is used as a buffer, as Antinomy sets up a spin speed here, and he's got to be careful when he sets up the spin speed. Link does not have any free buffer before falling off that ledge, so if Antinomy goes too far down, he would fall off that ledge, and he's got to do that. Walk through the Desert Palace again.
So here's demo.
Aim, fire. There's 2 arrows onto him there, one over there, and he misses with a single arrow over there. But now here's where the RNG of this fight takes over.
Not bad.
Yeah, he should be almost done with this fight. Yeah, there we go. Pretty decent fight there for Jet.
Yeah, if a single Lamo survived, then during his round, he'll shoot out 8 rocks, I guess, or in all directions. Whereas if with all the other ones, it'll be just 4 directions. So want to be careful with the last one.
Yeah, and the fight becomes even more annoying than it already is. As we see Timmy's doing the same fight here. And nice first kill. Just mistime that one arrow there. And so while Antinomy is facing off against Lamo here, Jet's coming up to a very important part of this early run. We call it fake flippers, but there's a huge penalty if you end up having a single issue in this upcoming trick.
Wow, nice kill.
Oh yeah, that is. So here's the fake flippers. Jet was just a little bit, maybe 2 frames where he needed to be. So the fake flippers, you go and you jump in the water. If you're 1 frame from the edge, you can use that frame to go into the next screen. The game won't have a clue what you're supposed to do because it's the way it's planned out is, hey, Link's in water, he must have flippers. But you can't get hit by an enemy.
Yeah. If you do, then the game won't know where to place you, and as long as you don't move, you can save and quit. But if you move, it'll flip out.
Yeah, and well, we've seen that happen before in this tournament where it can really destroy a run and runners have to reset and go start the full 19 minutes all over again. So Jet grabbing or giving assistance to the old man. Antinomy heading over here to try to do the fake flippers.
He gets it. No, he
Yep, in
doesn't
the
get
water.
hit though.
Just gotta be careful of the
Yeah.
Zora. Okay, good.
Very nice. Now we got the mirror. Mirror is useful in many ways. Can warp you from the dark world to the light world. Can also do a couple of minor glitches.
Check your hair. Make sure there's no gunk on your face.
Yeah.
Oh
Now I
wait,
have
that's
to
got
look
no
at my
application in this game.
Now I have to look at my own mirror. Oh, I don't. I'm good.
So as you head through the dark world here, you try to end up north of that rock, and that's because unless you're trying to collect some safeties by way of the heart pieces, grabbing the heart piece is going to make a pop-up come up, and you're going to lose probably, what, 3 seconds while that pop-up's up?
Yeah, about.
Oh, nice dashing there with the boomerang.
Yeah, letting that dash fly out, and then hitting the switch when you as you run toward the door.
Gotta give Antinomy credit there for avoiding the boulders the way that he did to keep his spin speed. So time to head into the Tower of Hera. First trip here is this good old basement here. We have to wait for the tiles to fire at you. Get the big key, make your way back upstairs where a fun boss awaits you later on.
Is that sarcastic? Sarcasm there?
You read me pretty well. I've been pushed off the ledge way too many times by this certain person coming up, or certain boss coming up.
I think a lot of us have way too many times to be counted.
I had a Master Sword run that was ruined by this boss.
No.
Yep. I was not happy.
Okay, here's another important trick coming up for Jet, which is the bomb jump to Moon Pearl. Doing the bomb strat, and it's got it a lot faster than doing it the intention way, which is going upstairs and using the star switch to move the platform. But you definitely do not want to fall down. That's a good time lost there.
Yeah, because if you miss that jump and you fall down that hole, you're going down 2 floors, down to the first floor.
Oh, Moldar was being a little troll. That blocked Jet's away, but he got it.
Six sword slashes to Moldorm, knocks him down. One final hit.
Oh,
and
oh my god. Whew, good job.
That was close.
That's very good. Antinomy, you saw him hitting the switch, which pulled up the pulled down the pegs to the pots before Moldorm, which is good because you can refill a heart just in case he needs it.
Yeah, and seeing his life being at currently 3.5 hearts, and he's going to take a loss here in this bomb jump. I thought he was going down that hole before he was able to lay down that bomb. He was just right at the very edge there. But yeah, 2.5 hearts at this point, and ooh, he's going to lose another heart there. So at this stage, because if you run into Lamola, or yeah, no, Moldorm rather, if you run into Moldorm, you lose a heart. Looks like Antinomy was trying to take the quick way over through this room here and falls down the hole twice. At this point, you just want to walk around.
Yeah, for sure. It's very specific pixel placement to get through the bumper. There you go.
There we go.
Yep. Just a little heads up on what Jet is doing. He's doing the rupee tree route. Oh no!
Ooh, yeah, he took a bump right there. So he will go to a backup strat, which involves getting the 4 enemy without getting hit drop once he gets to Hyrule Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Antinomy here. Oh,
got it.
That's 2 butt-clenching Modorm deaths. Wow.
These guys, they're trying to clutch it out on us.
They want us watching and paying attention. So now Jet got bopped here. What he's going to do in just a moment, he's going to pull this tree in the Lost Woods. Or, yeah, in the Lost Woods. That's going to reset his counter, so that way he can set things up when he gets to the Hyrule Castle. So he's going to tug on this tree that resets his count. But it is important that he does get the 4 kills. And, well, the guard bonking into that tree almost made it really difficult there, but he was able to kill the guard before any trouble happened. Antinomy doesn't have to worry about this because he ended up grabbing the rupees from the back closet. And looks like Jet's going to be grabbing his rupees somewhere else because he didn't pull the tree.
Yeah, I think he's going to try the pyramid statue. Not entirely sure though. I mean, there's other backups to getting rupees, which is that you mentioned for Antinomy, which is the back door, the closet where Shalarsh is.
He only needs at this point, what is it,
40.
38 rupees.
Yeah. Or 2 red rupees, whichever.
Well, getting the 2 red rupees will definitely make it easy.
Yeah. So this maze room here where Jet is at, if he had the sword beams, he'd definitely want to dash through some of these enemies if he could. Just so that they don't start to hear him and start going after him, kind of thing. But he's fine. He's fine. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. These runners definitely know what they're doing. Antinomy ends up picking up the mushroom. He's going to be using that as a safety. Jet did not. So he's going on, and he does not have any desires of picking up powder later on.
Yeah, the powder safety is like one of the best safeties. And probably one of the last safeties you want to drop if you're new to this game or trying to become good at this game.
You see grabbing the arrows there because he's going to need those arrows for later on in this game. Jet only needs 31 more rupees at this point. And I believe if he tugs the pyramid, he will get 20 rupees because I think he'll be set up on the 4 blue rupee table.
I think so too.
And it's time for Jet to face off against Ganon. Let's see how fun this fight can be for Jet. How many blue balls do you think Jet's going to have to deal with, Keiko?
Hopefully 2. Hopefully. Any more than
Hopefully
two is any more than two is it's going to be a big time loss.
Yeah.
To your PB especially.
I'm gonna say 1.
Okay. There's the one.
There it is, right there. Well, judging from that noise I just heard, that sounded like that was another blue ball, so we're not getting the 1.
Oh, that probably is 3.
Yeah, we didn't see what state the third part was, but that could have been a... No, 3 was a regular orb. 4 was blue balls. So we're sitting at 3 right now in the count. Now, Antinomy's going to have to be a little careful in these next few rooms. 2.5 hearts, and if these guards touch him, it's a heart. Or their spears touch him, that's a heart at this point. So this isn't a room you want to mess around with.
Oh yeah, for sure. He got it though. Now he definitely wants to try to pick up a heart from one of these pots here.
Absolutely, because again, the death at this point would be very, very brutal. He's already behind at this point to where Jet is. He's not even picking up any hearts. So that may be actually a wiser thing to do, because I think if he tried to go pick up the hearts with that one guard remaining and trigger towards him, he may have probably been battered around by him, so he'd get no benefit or maybe even died. So keep an eye on Antinomy, because this is not going to be a fight where you want to end up dying. And judging by the way that Jet is moving through this, he is going to go to Sarajala's back closet.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that. Oh,
he's got the mirror out.
Alright, let's see what Antinomy gets for the what kind of blue balls he'll get, or how many.
So far, 2 for 2. 3 for 3.
1.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but still nothing super brutal. We know he's going to get 4 out of 5 here with this next hit. And there's 5 out of 6. So next orb, and Ganon will be down, and Antinomy will be able to get out of here. Oh, there's a blue ball there.
That was 2.
And there we go.
Not bad. That's pretty. 0 is like the most optimal, but 2 is one you'll be hoping for. 7, however, oh jeez. I think there are a few of us who got 7 in this tournament.
Who did they upset in order to get that fate?
I don't know. We'll see if somebody else knows. Anyway, so there's a big important. There's not a big important trick, but there's a really important trick here that's coming up here in Pod, or the Palace of Darkness, that Jet is going to try and set up after he picks up the big key. It's called the Hammer Bomb Jump, or the Hammer Jump, whichever you want to phrase it. And it requires very specific pixel placement of the bomb and Link.
Can I just call it awesome?
Oh yeah, sure. So the awesome strat is not only is pixel perfect positioning, but it also has to be quick, because you're on a collapsing bridge, and to do it fairly quickly, especially for new runners, it's really hard. So some of these runners will do pause buffering, some will do the save quit menu buffering. really experienced runners would use the pod and then use the sword buffering, which doesn't stop the time of the collapsing bridge, but it helps out. I think it's fairly quick. So watch here with Jet. Let's see what he does.
Okay, so we're gonna lay down one bomb, and this saves you from having to go into 2 extra rooms, which take a little bit of extra time, and also the usage of a key. So as you can see, he's using the pause strats, and he gets it nice like that to pick up his hammer.
That was about 4 to 5 pod buffering, so that's pretty good. I didn't count how many pod buffering, but they look like 4. Yeah, pod buffering is the easiest method to do the bomb jump. So that's something for any new runners out there that is willing to learn this strat. Something you may want to get into.
You also notice that Jet is moving up and down or left to right while he's moving the statue. That allows the statue to move faster. And here's a nice time to have sword beams, because without sword beams, this next room causes you an extra menu.
Alright, let's see how Antinomy does the bomb jump here. As he gets through a couple more rooms. Now the boss that Jet will be facing off is Helmosaur. What he wants to do is 17 hammer hits, and then either a couple of flashes, or he's gonna do some more hammer hits to Helma's face. And by the way, that turtle room was really, really smooth.
Yeah, that was good. Very good turtle room there for Jet. Now, Antinomy's trying to set things up, and timer's going to start really going against him at this point. So he's going to have to make sure that he gets this ASAP.
Oh, he got it. Nice.
Nice. That was a little nerve-wracking. I didn't know if that platform was going to stick around long enough for that bomb to blow up, because if that platform collapses and that bomb's on it, well, it's you're not going to pull off the jump anymore.
Gotta go back and do it again. Oh, okay, he got Jet put down to 3 hearts. Not too bad, because Helmosaur does 2 hearts of damage with his projectile and himself, but he pulled through.
Yeah, Jet could have easily been bodied by Helmosaur King at that point, and going down to 1 heart would be a very nerve-wracking fight at that point.
I think they tell the 3, if I recall.
Now, thankfully for Antinomy here, there are arrows in this room that he can pick up, because you don't want to run out of arrows in this room.
You know, I just saw Jet, but I didn't know that the Popo, it jumps over you. That's kind of cool. That's the first time I've seen that, so the more you know, huh?
We're still learning new things about this game.
And this game has been out for 20 years? Plus years?
Oh, yeah.
So Jet is on his way to the village of Outcast to activate. Well, he's gonna pick up the flute first, but then after that, he's gonna go to the village of Outcast to activate it. And let's see how Antinomy does against Helmosaur. Good luck.
Yeah, the fireballs are the worst aspect here, and it's totally RNG based what you get. You don't really want the fireballs because you're trying to dodge them while you're trying to get the mask off.
Whoa!
Ooh, nice dodge to the tail.
That was so close.
Gets bopped by the tail there. But
okay,
here, the fight right there, and pretty good for Antinomy. So Jet's coming up to a very critical dash coming up.
Named after the fastest runner in the world?
That would be the Usain Bolt here. Will the guard give us some issue? Well, he has some issues already, and the guard's he gets around the guard. That's nice.
Whew. Very close.
So you see Jet setting things up so that the duck, the weather vane here is on the right side. That is on purpose to save some frames. As Antinomy finishes off with the Palace of Darkness, he's going to be doing things just a little bit different than what we see Jet doing right now. Because most runners, after they activate the flute, if they are going to do the powder, they're going to go to the potion shop at that point, because Thieves Town is one of those dungeons where things can really wreck you pretty fast. This is not a dungeon that the designers intend you to go to as your second Dark World dungeon.
Yeah, the game intended you to go in a very, well, I don't know what kind of order, but I mean, it says on the map 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but the way we're doing it is obviously faster.
Yeah, because here in Thieves Town, you get something that can get you something that can make things a little faster for you as you move along. You can get the Titansmith out of Thieves Town, which will get you to the Breadsmith, who will yield you the Tempered Sword, which will make an upcoming boss fight a little easier. But in this dungeon, it doesn't matter what sword you have when you go up against this dungeon's boss.
Oh yeah, the boss here is called Blind. Like as what Rick said, it doesn't matter what item you have against him, well, sword or hammer. Each head will take 3 hits, so that's pretty much it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the end all here is that you will end up needing 9 hits no matter what sword you wield, so it doesn't really matter what you come in here with. In fact, well, you're supposed to have the Master Sword when you come in here no matter what. So Antinomy was pulling up the bush there. He was hoping to get a bomb, but he doesn't get it. He's going to try to activate the spin speed here and gets it. Will he get around the guard? He waits the guard out, and it gets around him pretty easily. Now, the next question is, based on his movement, will he pick up a bottle here? Yes, he will. The tavern is an easy place to pick up your bottle, which is also added on for safety.
And he's picking up the bug net as well. But that'll help out with picking up berries. So he has basically three safety: the powder, the bug net, and the bottle. Good combination of safeties here. Well, he didn't get the powder yet, but he will.
Yeah, that's going to be his next stop. So it doesn't matter where he ends up activating this flute. It's going to be another flute coming up after the everything is all activated here. So he will flute over to 2, turn in his mushroom. That will yield the powder, which obviously is very nice to have as a safety. So Jet picks up the key. This now gets him over to the big chest, and inside the big chest we have the Titansmith. Allows you to pick up heavier stones.
Yeah, heavier stones are marked by their darker color, which is interesting. Like real life wide, I don't know. But if you think about size, they would be heavier, but I guess not. But anyway, here's blind.
And if you do this fight optimally, this is a scripted fight no matter what you come into it with.
Oh, be careful, Jet.
Yeah, so Jet kind of lost a little bit of the scriptness of this fight. He's going to have to be careful just a little bit. Down to one single heart, but he takes care of it. We are done.
Yeah, yes. That was very close. Especially for a newer runner, you just don't panic. The fourth fireball that the head shoots out will aim for you. So that's when you start to want to definitely move out of the way, kind of thing. And then, but as I was gonna say, each head does 2 damage. The laser does 2 as well, if I recall correctly, and then the fireball does 1. So yeah, be careful at that point.
And that's why that's a tense fight at that point, because if when you're down to 2 hearts, if you get hit by the head or you get hit by blind or the little lightning beam or whatever you want to call that, laser beam, you're dead, and you get to go back and deal with this fight again. And taking a death to blind is really annoying because that changes the script of the fight, because part of what makes the blind fight easier at the start is that it has to move towards you, and if you die, well, he's already in place and you've got to chase after him.
Yeah, I mean, there is, if I recall correctly, there is a backup to that, where there's a strat to taking him down if that were to happen, but you definitely do not want to happen. Dying at that point is a really big time loss.
Yeah, because you got to walk all the way back to get to blind in the first place, and well, let's just say that most runners, if they die to blind, they're probably not going to be in the best of capabilities, because they're going to be a little salty about it.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
Let's just say there would be more salt than what's on a normal French fry at a fast food restaurant. I'm sorry if I'm making analogy.
I'm good. I ate a while ago, so I'm good.
I regret nothing.
Right, so Jet just picked up his Temper Sword.
Tempered Sword is the level 3 sword in this game, and it allows Link to do, what is it? It's 4 times the damage that you would with the fighter sword.
I think it's 4 times, yes.
But first, before we go into the next dungeon, we're going to go grab some more rupees. You saw him go into the bombable hut, and now he's in this, what we call the sea house. He's getting 600 rupees because we need to make a purchase once we are done with Skull Woods.
Yeah, a very important item to spend 500 rupees on. I mean, Link should know how to swim, but I guess not.
Well, he should already know. I mean, he should already know how to swim. We saw him swim earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, I know, right? Okay,
Antinomy,
so this is Skull Woods. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to note that Antinomy ended up powdering the what is called the bunny beam, or the beam there. That was to transform him into a fairy so he could replenish his life, which was a good decision for him to do because he was down to half of his life at that point. So, Skull Woods, time to have some fun.
Yeah, so there's another bomb jump here. Definitely a lot faster than the intended method where you have to fall down through a hole here where the bushes are, but we're just gonna bomb straight to the big chest. Note about this dungeon though, or this area, is the inside where you enter through the skull is where the dungeon is. If you, however, die outside of it, you'll be transported back all the way to the pyramid, and boy oh boy, That's a. I know time loss is a very common phrase that we've been using, but it's not exaggerated when I mention it for this part of the run.
Yeah, this is one of the worst places to end up dying in this entire run, because there's no super convenient way to get here. As Antinomy ends up finishing off the fight against Blind Jet, now grabbing one key to make ourselves into the backside of Skull Woods. You saw him grab the fire rod. Now he's got to be careful. There we go. Those popos do not want to play nice.
Ooh, no, they not. They do not. Nice. He pulled back just a bit because of that fire snake. Oh, he's picking up some hearts, so that's good. Oh, well done. But still, just trying to get as many health as you can is definitely crucial against Mothra, which is coming up in the next 2 rooms or so.
Yeah, Jet's got the skills to do this fight without any real issues. Well, but he will be put to the test here in this fight against Mothula, and if he can get a pretty good Mothula setup here, he'll be fine. Just gotta be careful. Make sure he doesn't get himself into a bad spot. Now he's in trouble.
Yeah, those. Ooh, okay, good.
Got him though.
Those beams there, they do a lot of damage. But Mothula itself, yeah, does a lot of damage as well. And then you have to dodge the spiky, I don't know what to call them, the spikes that moved around. You definitely want to be aware of those as well.
Yeah, getting hit by the beams, getting hit by Mothula, they take 2 hearts away from you. So 1 hit from Mothula, 1 hit from the beams would have killed Jet, make him have to do the fight all over again. And where his magic is at that point, it is we say huge time losses for pretty much all deaths in this game. That would have been annoying because he had to get his magic at least back up to where he could do the torch rooms. But complete with this, it is time to go grab a couple more items at this point before we head into the next dungeon. You know, you keep saying that Link needs to learn how to swim. First, we need to go get something before we can learn how to swim. Link needs to go acquire the earthquake ability.
Right, that's right. It's interesting how little, I don't know if it's little, but a simple medallion can give you magical power.
I wish I could find some medallions to give me magic powers.
If only.
Which magical power would you like to have?
Definitely flying, if it was something I could choose.
How about we just send you over a flute? That way you can call a duck to help fly you to another part of the world.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Alright, so just going back to Antinomy's side here. He just entered Skull Woods and he's doing fairly well so far. Oh, he's gonna get he didn't get hit by that what, the mummy?
That was close though.
Yeah. Okay, good. So you can see him using the statue to block them from hitting him, so that's good.
Yeah, you don't want to get grabbed by the wall master as well, because then you get to pull the statue once again.
Alright, so here's the Zora King telling you, give me money and I give you flippers.
Give me money, I'll teach you how to swim. World's most expensive swimming lessons.
You figured, you know, the hero of time or the hero of Hyrule would learn how to swim, but I guess we can't. I guess a hero can't be the best at everything.
I thought he was the best around.
So here's ice. Oh, sorry, go.
I was gonna say falling down the hole is not something that Antinomy really wanted at that point, because that is, you need to preserve your life. Although he does have powder once again, so we may see him opt to do it in this room with the beam, but no, he's not going to. And if you also notice, then we didn't get to cover all that much earlier. Antinomy tried to push that Gibdo into the spike, because the hitting it with a spike is an auto kill.
Alright, so you have to be careful here. I'm not sure if he picked up a fairy. Good movement so far, though.
Yeah, being extremely patient through this fight. There we go. That was a patient fight. He was not aggressive in that fight, and it showed. That's why he was able to get through the fight without taking a death.
So important bomb jump here that Jet is going to attempt, which is the Ice Palace bomb jump. That's also a pixel perfect placement. I mean, there are a couple pixel placement you can place it in, but where Link moves has to be a couple pixels away. Pretty sure he'll get it. There, yeah, he got it.
I'm certain he got it.
Yeah.
But getting that bomb jump in Ice Palace saves you a whole bunch of time, because this... What was Nintendo on when they designed this dungeon? Because they wanted to send you all the way around and back in order to complete this dungeon the intended way.
You're supposed to have a hook shot, and then they want you to pick up the blue mail, but you know, we're speedrunning. We're fine without it.
I am curious to where Antinomy's going at this point.
Okay. Very nicely done by Jet against the coast there. Yeah, I'm not sure where Antinomy is going.
He's heading to the castle, but he didn't opt to use the flute, which is the faster strat of getting yourself over to where you need to go to grab the quake. So that's just a little bit of maybe greenness from Antinomy there. But will bonk into the tree, grab his fairy, replenish his life.
But he's making good time though. Getting to Ice Palace probably within an hour, within the hour of the run. It's not too bad. It's looking like he'll definitely, if he keeps this up, he can definitely stop 2 hours.
Yeah, he's on solid pace at this point. What is Antinomy's PB in this game?
According to speedrun.com, it's 3 hours, 11 minutes, and I think it was 40 seconds. But he has been practicing. He hadn't completed a run recently. But if I did race with him one time, and he got to a sub He did sub 3 hours, but I think it was like just a little above 2 hours. It's been a while since that last race, but yeah.
So coming out of Ice Palace, Jet's going to pick up the ice rod, and he will flute his way up to the mountain. He's got one more thing to grab, and then he's going to go into Swamp Palace. Jet's opting to do this because he's trying to set himself up for something a little bit later on.
Now, for anybody out there, this is his preferred routing. Most runners tend it's fairly common for runners to get what this is. It's called Ether, the Ether Medallion. Some runners prefer to get this right before Misery Mire.
And some opt to do it before they head into Swamp because they want the beam swords going into Misery Mire, which is very important for the second room in. So it's a runner's preference whether or not they think they can get through this cleanly. And as you can see, Jet took 3 hearts of damage heading into that area, so he would have been beat without beam swords for Misery Mire. And again, Misery Mire without beam swords, it does take a little bit extra time. So Antinomy heading into the Ice Palace, Jet heading to Swamp Palace.
So I pointed this out to my last commentary, but Swamp Palace sucks. The reason why I say that is because the movement is just so slow. You're running through water and it's still pretty slow. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know about anybody else, but
I thought Swamp Palace was a refreshing dungeon.
Is it because of the water or something?
Exactly.
Oh. But this at this point of the run though, like if with the equipment that Jet has or any runner has during this point, it makes this dungeon fairly easy. I mean, you still want to be careful. Things do hurt you with like 2 hearts of damage, especially Argus, the boss of this dungeon. His puffs hurts 2 hearts of damage, so yeah.
Antinomy is lucky he got some bomb jumps off those Staphos Knights, because without getting the bomb jumps, he would not have been bomb drops. He would not be able to pull off the bomb jump.
Yeah, he does. He needs to switch that switch.
Yeah, he seemed to be kind of anxious about it. Like he didn't know if he needed to or not. Wasn't sure of himself.
Oh, preemptive dash. I mean, premature dash there. Yeah, I know he's been practicing this, so he can get it down. Just needs to switch bomb. As you can see, for some runners, it's all about muscle memory. Oh, he have one more attempt left.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he may not try. Oh, this is. If he misses this now, it's problematic because then he'll have to redo this all over again.
okay, he's fine. He just needs to not get hit here. Don't get hit.
Thankfully, there's a place where he can get a heart, but he wants to make sure that he doesn't get hit by the fire bar.
Very good. Safely makes it through, and he can pick up the ferry in the two room before what's the now called there? Oh my gosh, I had a brain fart there.
It's that cotton candy boss.
Really? I thought Argus had cotton candy. Maybe
No,
the mini cotton candy?
he's got cheese puffs.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. My bad. I couldn't tell the difference, I guess.
There we go. And Antinomy is able to powder the anti-fairy, and that's why is sometimes keeping your safeties are a critical thing, especially at this stage in your confidence level in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Coaster is not nice. Coaster itself does 3 hearts of damage, but and the ice that drops down from the ceiling does 2.
All right, and Antinomy, not going to get him to the corner, so he's going to have to do this on spins if he wants to try to get multiple down at once. And it looks like that's where he's trying to set things up. Nice double hit there.
Yo,
Wow, that one was close, but I think he's got it. Yeah, he's got it.
Whew.
Because he had that one trapped in the bottom right-hand corner. He should have been. He likely was fine unless he missed a slash. Even there, I think he had the health to take a hit.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got Argus, the brother of Platoon from Super Metroid. Very nice use of the hookshot and flash it there, getting really close to Argus from Jet. So that was really cool. That was really good.
Yeah, and 2 spins from the Tempered Sword later, Jet will be done with this dungeon, and he'll be off to Misery Mire as Antinomy deals with the cutscene. So, some in the community call this Chatty Cathy, who Jet's about to meet. This is the longest cutscene of the game.
Wait, which one? Jets or?
Yeah, the one that Jet's dealing with. This cutscene here out of Swamp. Time to mash the A button as much as you can to get that text to move.
Yeah, I always thought the pod maiden was more talkative, but I didn't know it was this one. I guess I didn't really pay attention to this one.
It's just painful waiting for the text boxes to move no matter what. As Antinomy ends up going to grab his ether, will likely grab the ice rod coming out of here. As Jet finishes off for the cutscene, heads on over to Misery Mire next. And we come to what I would consider one of the roughest bosses of this late game. Remember me mentioning Lamolas were one of the toughest of the early game? Well, here's the Dark World equivalent.
Now the dungeon Misery Mire itself, as a dungeon, is fairly quick, but Vitreous is a whole another story here. Now, Jet ended up getting a bomb out of one of the rocks, and I'm surprised that Antinomy didn't try to pull that rock, but he may not know that that's a guaranteed rock. So it looks like Antinomy is going to plan B at this point. Now, based on what it looks to me, is he's going to go over to Misery Mire himself. The idea, by the looks of things, is maybe he's thinking about grabbing the fourth sword and the golden sword and the silver arrows coming out of Swamp. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. Now Antinomy is not is a fairly new veteran to this game, so he he does different safeties, but he definitely is doing the gold sword route. So he's gonna be picking up silver route as well.
So Jet grabbing the potion here and go ahead and light the torches. Jet's been pretty much maintaining a lead throughout this entire race, as Antinomy still has to go to Swamp Palace, so he's already got a dungeon lead on Antinomy at this point, and Antinomy's got to go back when he gets bombs to get the ice rod. Now, Antinomy better find a bomb dropper here by way of the bomb slugs, because he's got 0 bombs and he needs 1 to get through this dungeon.
I hope he knows that. The bomb slot coming up right before the candle room, or 2 rooms before the candle rooms. Or is it right before? I think it's right before.
In the room that you go to the staircase to get into the torches.
Yeah, that's the one. So as long as he can do that with those against those bomb slugs, then he should be okay.
Yeah, we'll see whether or not he can remember it coming up in just a moment, because you need a bomb to finish this dungeon. There's no other way around it. So if you attack these bomb slugs here, you will have a chance, and he's not going to kill one.
Go! I wonder if he's relying on the drops that from any of the enemies. But I hope he picks someone up. Hopefully.
Well, the problem is that if he was going to do that, he would kill some other things in this dungeon, but
yeah.
Now, health management for Jet is going to be very critical as we make our way through this final section of Misery Mire, because you want to have as much health as possible. And there's Antinomy going downstairs, and I think Antinomy now remembers what he needs to do.
Ooh.
And there's the bomb drop. Yep, a bomb drop. I gotta stop saying jump. It's drop. D-R-O-P. Drop.
I mean, you're going up and never mind. Anyway, so Jet is pretty much is a couple rooms away from the boss. He's gonna bomb this wall here to hit the switch to pull down these pegs.
Yeah, that's the bomb that we were talking that he needs to beat this dungeon.
And then yeah, and then after that is Vitreous. Now Vitreous is the very, very, very hard boss to master. His eyeballs cause a lot of damage. I think it was 3 hearts. But you want to use the goo on the floor to give you 1 heart damage and use it as a to get some iframes so you can damage the eyes. So you can see that Jet tried to do it.
Yeah, now he's gonna go. Yeah, he's gonna have to go into backup strats at this point, because taking a death here is brutal. He's got a lead, and he's not gonna lose this lead because of this, but you don't want to have to do this dungeon all over again. He's gonna be fine now. 8 arrows to the eye. That's it. He's done.
Yeah. So as just to follow up on what Rick said, if you die to this dungeon, then you're in a pretty bad situation. Not only you start from the beginning of the dungeon, but you have 7 hearts to go back into it, and then you have to maintain those 7 hearts against all these enemies all the way up to Vitreous. So it's pretty scary.
Yeah, and the most annoying thing is the second room in, when you have to redo that room with the Wiz Robes and try to get them and the BMOs to make sure nothing hits you.
Exactly, so...
Now, thankfully, there is still a... Oh, well, we're going to have to go to a backup strat here to get this switch. Thankfully, he can use the boomerang for that. So, Jet done with Misery Mire. He is going to go up to Turtle Rock next. Now it's time to see how bad the Dead Rocks can troll our runners. And Jet trying to use the hook shot to hit the stones. Unfortunately, hit the dead rock instead. And I'm likely to see that this little magic that Antinomy's picking up was going to go towards an anti-fairy, but not on this floor, but on the next floor up here.
Good choice. Good choice.
And he's going to bottle it up. Good
nice.
decision to
That's
do
so.
so.
He has a good amount of hearts, but having that fairy safety is definitely reassuring.
Yeah, he can tank this just a little bit more. You don't want to go all out because then you might end up just taking too much damage and dying. But that seems to be a pretty solid fight here for Antinomy. And just dodge the lightning once more. 8 more. Oh, he doesn't have enough arrows, so he's going to have to deal with this a little bit.
He kind of pulled back on the. Oh, nice. He pulled back a little bit because he noticed that he had 7 arrows. So when he shot that 1 arrow, he noticed, and he just moved on to slash it. So that was really good on his part.
Yeah, he's just gonna have to get some arrows when he heads over towards Turtle Rock and Ganon's tower a little bit later on, as Jet going into Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock, oh my goodness, is a very long dungeon. Not as long as GT, but still pretty long for a one of these 7 dungeons that you need to defeat or beat. And everything in here, everything in this dungeon hits you like a truck. Like I'm not kidding about that. These roller pins.
Yeah, you get hit by these rollers, not good.
4 hearts of damage. The pokey, 3 hearts of damage. Like it's so bad. But the game basically wants to definitely test your wits at this point.
The game wanted to make sure you got that blue mail out of Ice Palace by the time you got to this stage.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, we speedrun this game so much that it just forgets about it. I just forget about it, you know.
And there's the fairy drop off the pokey. Now that was deliberately set up based on how Jet approached Hyrule Castle. What, about 45 minutes ago now?
Yeah, about.
Now this room that Jet's coming across is not a fun room. You got these floating skulls, they do a lot of damage. You got the laser, they can do a lot of damage. You need to get through the door, and Jet gets through unscathed. Got good setup on the pokey too. So again, Antinomy's going through swamp paths, and he set things up in this way because he's going to go to the pyramid next to get the golden sword and the silvers, and it's better to do that after you get the crystal out of here because you're right around the corner for where you need to go, and Pokey's not playing exactly nice with Jet.
Very nice, using the iframe from the pegs, and then using the Samaria block again, and get through. There are different approaches to that room there that Jet just went through. Sword Beam is the most optimal. However, if you don't have that, then you have the Samaria block. You have other items as well, but Samaria block is definitely the best item to use, especially so that you don't have to use so many pause menuing.
Or you can go use the strategy that I use and get hit by the roller pen and wonder why I'm nearly dead.
This is the laser skip. I think I think Jet will get it. I'm pretty sure he will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
He's a fair. I guess you would say he's a veteran of the randomizer community. So he'll be fine.
Yeah, he knows how to play this game pretty well. Antinomy ended up forgetting to grab this key earlier, but now it's able to go ahead and make up for it and gets into this room to hit the floodgate or whatever you want to call it, whatever causes this water to go up. Now, thankfully, Antinomy remembers that he's out of arrows and grabs that arrow drop, because arrow drops are going to be very important to him as we move through the remainder of this run.
Jet looking really good against Trinex here. Just in case nobody knows why Trinex is called Trinex, it's because he had 3 faces.
I thought it was because he was triple annoying.
That could be it.
And triple painful too.
Triple painful. Yeah, that's actually a good term to put it. But Jet gets through. Now he's done with his 7th dungeon, and he's gonna make his way to Ganon Tower. Now Ganon Tower, since we know how Ganon Tower is, you just gotta go all the way to the left side. But I was gonna mention that you definitely do not want to take too many hits in the beginning. Well, actually, throughout the whole tower, you just don't want to get hurt too much. Yeah, there are a couple of there are a couple of regenerative items, but yeah, it's just really bad to get hit a lot here.
Yeah, you only get a couple of places where you can actually replenish your health, and they're not really inconvenient spots. Well, one of them is, the other one you just got to walk a little extra to get to, but either way, it would be time consuming. It will be interesting to see if Jet needs to opts to go grab him at this point. So Antinomy here coming across the swamp, having some issues trying to get this pot, so he's going to go grab it and move it the traditional way at this point. Now, Antinomy has to do it via the statue. You cannot grab or use the Canis of Maria to weight that switch down. Because if you try to weight that...
Oh, sorry. You can go ahead and explain it.
I was going to say, if you try to weigh that switch down, once that switch pops off the screen, it disappears.
Oh, very nice boomerang hookshot strat there by Jet.
They make it look so easy.
So Antinomy, it has 5.5 hearts. Trying to get okay. He should be okay though, because he does have a fairy saved in a bottle, so not too bad. Should be okay.
Yeah, it should be okay, but I don't think he really wants to have to use that fairy now. I think he'd rather save that for the final portion of this run, but he may end up having to use that fairy down to 1.5 hearts.
Oh,
nice dodge.
Oh. Nice dodge, yes.
And Jet grabbing the arrows because he needs a few more arrows to make sure that he can get through the remainder of this tower. But Antinomy is done. Saves that bottle. Yes. Saves that fairy in the bottle. Now he's got to remember that I don't think he went to get the ice rod just yet, because he ran out of bombs before he was able to do so.
Pretty sure he'll remember to do it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll remember. I mean, he I mean, if he checked his menu, I mean, he checks his inventory, he'd be like, "Oh, is there something missing? Don't pull off what I did. I've done that."
The whole thing is that you may not be thinking about your menu when you go grab that mirror. Now, also don't forget that Antinomy is heading over to the pyramid next.
Right, that's true. So he has some time to pick it up, but hopefully he remembers.
I just want to make sure that he doesn't go all the way up to Turtle Rock just to find out, oh wait. Because it's not like the fire rod where you need that 2 rooms in.
Mm-hmm.
He is fluting away. And yeah, he does remember.
Very important item here against Trenex. Alright, so we're here on Jet's screen. Gauntlet Room 1 was very nice. The use of the combination of sword and arrows. And that... Dang, that guy just... he's come backing away. Gauntlet Room 2 done. Not bad. That was smooth. For Room 3.
The only thing that could have been smoother is if he didn't run the Beamos and lose a heart of damage, but all is well at this point. And Antinomy's fluting back to 4, so now he's going to go into the Dark World. And now he's going to go for the Pyramid Bomb. It costs 100 rupees to go ahead and purchase this, but the reward, you get yourself the strongest sword of the game, and you get the silvers. That makes your fight against Ganon a little easier.
And also Ice Armors.
That's correct. Solid fight there for Jet against the Lamos. In fact, that was a 1 cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing here is Antinomy's going to walk this big bomb up. He will mirror to the light world and then go through the castle gates, because the castle gates do work as a portal to the dark world.
Very nice.
And the guards see that Link has himself a nice little cherry, and they want something to eat themselves. That's the reason why they're chasing after him.
There must be. There must be. A gigantic cherry, would you say?
Yeah, it's gotta be a cherry. It's red, isn't it?
There's a nice little stem on top as well. While back on Jet's side, he's making quick work of the last few parts of Ganon Tower. As you can see, he's in the room right before Moldorm, picking up that magic there, which is good.
And so now we are getting our last of the items here, and then it's time to head on over towards Turtle Rock. Jet facing off against Lamo 2. Just needs to spin him and he'll be done with his fight.
Moldorm. Oh
yeah,
no!
Moldorm 2, but ends up falling down, so now he has to redo the fight. I'm making the same issues in commentary that I did an hour ago.
It's okay. It happened. Moldorm. No, it's not okay. I'm sorry.
The less I say about the bomb jumps and bomb drops, the better we are.
Lamo and Moldorm as well.
Yeah. So here's Jet. He's about ready to face off against, what is it? This has got to be what? The Helmassar?
Agina? So this...
I got it, Agina! That's right!
Oh.
Pretty solid fight so far against Aghanim 2.
Yeah, that was 3 hits. in the first round, and ooh, very, very nice. So the
3-1-2.
3-1-2. Now he's on his way to fight Ganon. With what looks like 9 hearts? Yeah, 9 hearts. Not too bad. Not sure what... I mean, if Jet want to be safe and pick up the fairy, or will he just risk it for the biscuit and go for it?
He's going for it.
Good luck.
So 12 hits per cycle, or 6 spins, and good setup here for Ganon. And so now we head into stage 2 with the fire bats, having the hookshot out for the invincibility frame, so you can get a couple of extra whacks on him.
One more phase, a couple more hits here for this phase, and then moving on to the third phase.
Making sure you keep track of where you are, because you don't want to have to do this a few extra times. Now, this part of the fight gets a little easier once you get to stage 3. That is if Ganon stops warping.
Yeah, so this is where another part of RNG comes into play. That part pretty annoying. Okay, and
Torchcliff is perfectly fine.
Should be okay. Yeah, he hadn't taken any hits so far too, so he should be okay.
Yeah. So now we get ourselves to the 12 spins that get you through Serverless Ganon.
Interestingly, okay, he switched to Fire Rod. With the Fire Rod, he can easily get 3 hits on Ganon during this part.
Yeah, if he can set up the timing right. Now he's got a chance for a triple here. That's 2, and he should get a third one here. Pretty solid work here. Oh, just a little too early.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to stun him. That throws off the timing.
Yeah, good decision to wait out the timer at that point, because he knew he wasn't going to get another hit. And there we are.
Nice.
Ganon is down. And Jet evens out hit, and Jet now improves to 2-1 in this group, as he defeats Antinomy with the official SR.TV time of Stop the Clock, 1:32:05. Get your GGs in the chat.
GGs!
Antinomy here, trying to endure this room with the laser in it. And so I wanted to go grab his big key.
So while Antinomy going through Turtle Rock, we can get Jet in here to for a little after game interview. To give it a moment. Hey.
Hello.
Good game.
Thank you, GG.
So what was your mind going through when you had a couple clutch fights, So one of them was Moldorm, where
I mean, in the beginning, I felt like it was like rusty, like not rusty, but like I was just out of it, so I was playing a little safe. But then I started getting in a groove, and it was feeling pretty good. Moldorm 2, though, so upset. I was a Moldorm 2. He killed my PB.
Oh. That's what it was.
Moldorm 2 kills another PB.
Yeah, well, I didn't get the spin on him the second time. And I'm like, just play it safe, just do another slash, it's alright, don't fall. And then, I don't know, he just came at me and I was sloppy. Oh, Moldorm 2. So, Where is my opponent? I don't actually watch the other stream.
He's currently in Turtle Rock in the roller room with the key in it.
Okay.
Yep. Beginning is through.
Like, I'm too busy focusing. I feel like it would, like, sort of distract me if I was watching the race or my opponent, but I don't know. I know we're allowed, so. And actually, I had trouble farming for rupees, and I don't know why I have trouble with those tree poles. It's just like, every time I feel like the run is just gonna fall apart right there.
The bird,
It happened.
The bird claimed another victim.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought I could dash. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta be really quick. I think what the placement that you're in, at that point you definitely want to be quick to dash through. But like sometimes what I do is I dash at the top part so that when I start dashing, it'll give me time to actually hit the bird. But that's just me.
Yeah. I always do the lower bushes. I didn't think about that. I'll have to try that.
So you had, like I mentioned earlier about clutch fights, you had, so Modorm was one of them. I think you had a really clutch fight during
Mothula.
Mothula, and
he was not being very nice.
no, I mean you entered the fight with what, like what, 5 or 6 hearts if I recall correctly? No, 4. It was 4, wasn't it?
I thought I ended with like 2, but the onion ring things, they do more damage than just walking into spikes, and unfortunately I got knocked into a position that made me get hit by it.
Yeah, Rick and I were just like, oh, good, okay, he's good.
Oh man, see, but that's what I was saying, like that part was like a little sloppy. I was having trouble getting up to Mothula. Like I got hit a couple extra times, which was unfortunate. Same thing with Helmasaur, actually. That was almost close.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, but overall, throughout your run, it was, besides that that Modorm 2 fight or drop, all around good run. As you said before, it looks like you're just about to PB, but
yeah. Man, finishing Turtle Rock, I was about 30 seconds ahead at that point. And it's just, that's what Moldorm 2 did to me. 30 seconds.
Yeah, so, well, didn't you say your PB was 1:31:54?
Yep.
Yeah, so you were like...
Well, overall, I was 10 seconds off, but...
Yeah.
And then Ganon Wars plays, but at least this one was not as bad as some of them have been.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Ganon warp. Oh gosh. Like, come on.
3 blue balls, which isn't too bad, but you know, you don't want it. 0 through 2, that's the way to go. 3, okay, well, could be worse.
Could be 7. Could have been 7.
Could be 7.
Yeah, and just to say this, you know, you came within 10 seconds of your PB despite falling to Moldorm 2, having a clench-filled fight against Moldorm 1 that was right on the edge of trouble, and also the fact that you had to warp and grab the 50 rupees from the back of Sarashala's hut.
Yep. I'll take it. I was sort of hoping to get I was hoping for an honest like PB during the race, but I mean 10 seconds is hopefully I don't know. I think our fastest time determines our seeding for the next stage, so if I do get into the next stage, I think this puts me in about the midpoint.
Well, this puts you to 2-1, and it gives you a pretty good chance of moving on in the group into the brackets.
Don't you have to race against Waffle or Off the Blue?
No, that's it. This was my last one.
Oh, this is your last one. Oh, okay.
I think my opponent still has one again, Waffle, maybe.
Yeah, you're the only one in your group that's finished things off.
I gotta focus on the standard rando tourney, so I'm like, I want to get these done so I can do more standard practice.
Understandable. You guys and your tournaments, like I remember entering like 3 tournaments, and it was definitely not fun though.
Yeah,
So.
it's just crazy to juggle it all.
If my name pops up against you next week, I want you practicing on this instead.
I mean, I wasn't fully expecting to win 2 matches. I'm like, just because I haven't practiced NMG that much with all the focus I was doing for rando. So I was like, it'll be fun. Just do a couple races, see what it's like. But to win 2, I mean, I guess I'm pretty happy about that. Against good opponents, definitely tough races.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, not sure if you want to stick around for when Antinomy's done. I mean, he's halfway done with. Oh, not halfway. Sorry.
Yeah, he's
of the way done.
He's in Ganon's tower right now, about ready to get to the ice armos, and he's got the silver arrows and the golden sword.
Yeah, I saw he picked that up. Did he do bottles?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's got the one from the tavern as well as powder.
Okay.
He doesn't really need to worry about arrows because he's got 10 of them and he's got silvers, but
I mean, the toughest thing for me is that I have too much muscle memory when it comes to rando. It's really hard for me to ignore chests, especially early on, because you actually pass up a lot of chests, that don't give you anything. They're just on the way, and I'm like, don't open this chest. The hardest one for me is probably Thieves on the 2nd floor. It's just sitting there, and it's like so tempting.
Did you intend to grab the tea from the pillar, by the way, in Ganon's tower?
Yeah, I usually do that right now. I haven't switched over to the mini Helmassar method yet.
Okay.
I think it's like, what, a second slower or something? It's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I was just curious because I saw that and I'm like, oh, I wonder if he actually meant to do that. But
yeah, there's a couple things I know I'm not doing optimally yet. I figure lose a couple seconds here just for, I guess, I don't know, what I'm used to. And for safety, usually.
just want to kind of follow up on what you said about muscle memory. Like, I know a few NMG runners who would prefer not to fully play rando as serious because it would affect their muscle memory.
Right.
So it's understandable with how everybody plays.
Well, every time I go into one of those rooms with those chests, I'm like, don't open this chest. Like, I have to tell myself actively, if I zone out, I'm gonna open the chest. So I have to like actively force myself to not do it. But so far, like this run, like I felt was pretty good for just I guess my muscle memory. Like it felt pretty solid. Like I wasn't doing any weird mistakes or like going the wrong way slightly just because I'm used to it in rando. So I think I'm starting to develop some any percent muscle memory, and I can sort of like keep it separate from my rando muscle. I don't know.
Being able to adapt is always good. Yeah, being able to adapt is always good. So
yeah. And I feel like rando's taught me that at least. So if something starts going really weird, I can just react to it rather than like I don't know what to do anymore.
I think for me, randomizers has helped me out with boss fights for the most part.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so as we can see here, Antinomy is going through the gauntlet room, making quick work of these guys with the butter swords. So not too bad. Should be okay.
Yeah, the gauntlet here is one of those spots where having the golden sword really doesn't make a big difference. The advantage, if we do see him opt to go with the golden sword against the Lamola 2, we'll get to see the advantage come into play.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna get going. Thank you for commentating, and of course, thank everyone behind the scenes for putting this together and streaming it.
Yeah, whoever they are besides Pizzo.
Yeah. So thanks, guys.
Alright, thanks Jet. GG. Have a good night.
It's Jet082. Give him a big GG and congratulations. 2-1 record. Should be fine to make brackets, but we'll see how things line up whenever all the matches are still... All the matches are played in this group. As far as this race is concerned, Antinomy has officially thrown in the towel as far as the race is concerned because it doesn't really matter at this point for the timing purpose. But we are keeping an eye on Antinomy because we have a pretty good sub 2 coming up here.
Yeah, it's gonna look like a good PB for him. Using that, well, that's a good way to do that. Using the drop to kind of warp him back to the beginning of the room quickly enough to like the other torch.
Yeah, it's a decent mechanic to pull off. You don't want to pull it off if you're hurting for health in this room, but you still got big chances to regain your health.
Not only that, he has oh yeah, he has a fairy, so he should be okay.
Yeah, the fairy, as I mentioned before, he had it for Argus, and I mentioned there he did not want to use it against Argus, but that bomb's not gonna go.
Oh,
he's got one more chance, and this one may, yeah, too high. Now, luckily, there's a bomb jump, or bomb jump.
Drop.
I'm just gonna call them bomb jumps from now on. The thing that you pull off in the Tower of Hera, that's called a bomb drop.
Why yes it is.
Keku, I blame you for this.
Okay. I'm fine. Anyway, so nice bold arm too.
Yeah, he poked him, so this is gonna take 3 hits instead of 2.
Now I hope he if he makes it through Aghanim, if he makes it through Aghanim, I hope he picks up the fairy from the tree.
Would be an extremely smart decision to make at this point.
But as long as Aghanim doesn't do weird stuff. Oh, 1 hit so far?
Yep, 1 hit so far, and that's
one other hit.
It should at least get he gets blue balls to come out.
Taking his time, that's always good though. Sometimes being patient is the best way to go, but he has 1 heart, so you need to be very, very careful.
Yeah, I know he does not want to use his fairy in the bottle at this stage in the run.
Oh no!
Okay. Having to use it.
That's fine. It's okay.
This is the better place to use it if he were to use it more, because walking back up this tower is a walk that nobody ever wants to have to do more than once.
Agreed.
You die here, you have to go back up the tower, you have to deal with all the mini bosses, you have to deal with the Lambo 2, you'd have to deal with the Moldorm 2, you'd have to deal with the entire gauntlet, the Wizrubs, all the whole 9 yards. You'd have to deal with that all over again.
Smart choice here, picking up the fairy. He's probably gonna get it at the fairy never mind.
You're gonna say that he was gonna drop it into a bottle.
Yeah, but I guess not. So
He is gonna get a green. Oh, I thought he was gonna get a green. Oh no, he's resetting it so he can get another bonk. There we go. That was a good decision, actually.
yeah, smart move.
Very smart. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was gonna get bopped there, but he's gonna go in with a decent amount of health. Get around the enemies here. Trying to set up spin speed, but at this point, it's losing its advantage.
So with the butter sword, it doesn't take as long as the temper sword or master sword. Well, actually, the temper sword more so because temper sword you can slash, whereas the master sword you need to spin slashes. But because of how strong the butter sword is, it's not that bad.
Ooh, he took so many bops there to the bats.
Oh, no!
Remember, he's got the fairy in the bottle. He's got the fairy in the bottle. This is one he can take. It's time to be careful, though. That warp actually saves him from having to deal with that flying bat.
Man! Ganon with the warps. On both our runners.
Ganon just doesn't mess around. He doesn't like your presence. Now, Antinomy that was dangerous there for Antinomy, because right there, if he had gotten hit by
He's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, that was too close though. He's waiting out the timer. He could get another hit on Ganon. I'm just worried that when he's setting himself up on the bottom area that he's going to get drivered by Ganon, and that would be in death right there. He's going to get a second silver arrow on him right now. And he's waiting out the timer again. Good decision here. Ganon stays in one spot at that point. Firebat doesn't spawn. If you can get this arrow off in time. No, just missed a little bit outside. Oh, get away from him.
Come on, get that sub 2. You can do it.
As long as he doesn't fall, he should be fine. That's going to be 3. One more hit. There we go. He's got it.
Yes. Awesome.
And again, he officially dropped out of the race, so we can't give you an official SR.TV time, but he's going to go through this door and finish off with an official, his own timer. It would be about 1:52:05 would actually be his finish time. Stop the timer just a little bit later than that, so the 1:52:07, if they retimed it, would be in a couple of extra seconds faster. So GG's to Antinomy.
Let's see if we can get him in for an interview. Just to talk about his race and his PB, actually.
While we wait to see if he's going to come in, we can plug a few races that we got coming up here for the 2018 No Major Glitches Link to the Past tournament. Coming up at 11 o'clock Eastern tonight, Dark Magician will be facing off against Zarby89. That'll be over on twitch.tv/speedgaming with Emo Cero and Runner Watcher on commentary for that match. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern time, Mysticum and Gem and Bamboo Shadow and Super Player 02, they'll be facing off in a quad race. Channel to be decided for that, but that's at 2 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. At 10 o'clock tomorrow, the Lost Llama faces off against Kaz Node. So stay tuned for that.
All right. So Antinomy is not going to be joining us for the interview, but just want to say GG to him and really great job on his sub 2 PB. I know he was working on it.
Congratulations.
So, yep. So just I guess we can just start signing off. So we do have a couple matches going on. Channel 1 is the randomizer. Channel 5 is the randomizer. Channel 2, there's another randomizer coming up at 9:30. Then
yeah,
Channel 3.
Corn versus Wolfie 83 is coming up at 9:30 Eastern here on this channel, with Iballsy and Sir Link-A-Lot on commentary for that. As I mentioned before, the next Link to the Past, No Major Glitches tournament race will be 11 o'clock Eastern over on Speed Gaming 1.
With Dark Magician versus Dark Eyes, but you just said
That should be a fun match.
Agreed. Oh, so we have a lot of randomizers coming up, and then we have even more randomizers for tomorrow. I'm looking at the schedule, and OMG, there's so many. I mean, don't
right?
Poor staff, poor Speed Gaming staff. So we do have other tournaments coming up though. For example, 5:30 tomorrow. There's the Kirby Nightmare Dreamland. We also have Metroid Fusion at 3 o'clock. We also have Shantae at 9 o'clock. We also have
Rockman 2 coming up 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, as well as the Dark Souls match at 10 a.m.
So lots of tournament hype going on.
Don't we have some sort of tournament that's starting up real soon that you've been working on?
Oh yeah. So next week, Monday. Monday we have the Super Mario Odyssey Triple Bingo Tournament. So that's gonna be really, really cool. I've been talking to a lot of the runners that perform a lot of these bingos, and it looks a lot of fun. Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. And then stay
tuned. We got a whole lot of stuff coming up here on these channels.
Yeah, we're just gonna point out too that if you have missed any tournament matches throughout the week or so for the past few weeks, we do have them uploaded to the Speed Gaming YouTube. We're trying to be up to date, but just be on the lookout, guys. Okay? Shouldn't take us too long to get them all up there.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and toss it out here for now for the runners, Jet082 and Antinomy, for Fiesel and the gang at Speed Gaming work behind the scenes. I'm Adirondack Rick. Thank you for joining us. KQ, send us on out of here, won't you?
Alrighty. And you guys have a good night and see you next mission. Oh, I mean, total game played. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, bye.
Bye.